The Pope looks very dead. Oh. Pointless act of violence against the Pope. And I'm at the Yharnam unseen village, although it would be quite unseen because it still seems to be more or less in the central city of Yharnam, or land of Yharnam. I think it would be a city, but and I have done already some recon work of gathering some items from this place and doing some recon about for a mad kamikaze dash, because well, that thing is huge and it's ugly. I can't even see it. Some sort of spider like with all those limbs, yet also humanoid with gribbly tentacles. But it will be a kamikaze like dash towards the next lamp, and I did some recon about, so kamikaze! That was nice and smooth dodgery. First stop down, and you are not even there. I'm not gonna even let you be there. Get some bullets and more kamikaze. And that was a slight kamikaze, but now becomes the complete kamikaze. A shitload of witch hags and a death being shot by a who knows what the hell that thing is. And I got to the lamp. Almost lost my head to getting there. But it's time to light it. Yeah, I got a checkpoint and go to a slightly other place that I have found. So it's time to go there. Although I didn't show how to get the key, but well, you are not watching this to see all the fancy secrets. You are just watching this for whatever reason, I don't know. Maybe same reasons for why I watch these kind of videos. But going to elsewhere.
You monsters. All hunters must die.
And thus was killed Eileen the Crow. Oh, at the cathedral ward's upper part, where you can get with a lift, there was this, in a sense, tower-like building or structure, how you want to call it, that you could get into, but there was no way to get forward, as in there was this locked door, and of course a couple of crazy locals with flamethrowers. But if you have once you have found the key from the upper Yharnam, you can get to the upper cathedral ward, where the choir resides. Translated, all those really higher ups of the church. And of course, knowing in the state this world is in, they can't be anything but horrifyingly corrupt. Narrative, the basic principles of narrative structure, storytelling demand it to be. Demand all members of clergy be horrifyingly corrupt in this kind of story and setting. There can be no honest men of religion. Their religion must be of some kind of corrupt power hunger, keeping everything you have and all that kind of thingamajiggery. But this whole building has some sort of industrial-like look, and some sort of weird critters. not much worth killing, but I still kill them out of spite. Which is always a good reason to do things. Spite. And there's also a lamp, so you can get this place easier. And which should be some kind of hint that there is something around here. Yeah. But these walking gribbly thingamajiggeries, I don't know, do they even have an actual name? Well, of course, all these things must have some sort of real name, like kidnappers or failed experiments or horrifying fetus-like monsters. But there was a rune, although I personally find that only some kind of runes are actually of any use. Most are quite useless, especially those which... And those things, when they get to hit you, your mind starts to get a little bit of... You don't start to feel too good, you start to figure out stuff. You start to figure out things like New World Order, which is there to hunt you down because it is. There's crows. And then about us, their behavior has not become any different from what it is, but they are much tougher and sturdier. Yeah, end game area. Bloody crows take a alright, they're dog-sized crows still anyways, but still crows take a couple of hits with a big axe before they go down instead of exploding to small bits when you hit them. But then again, crows are... They are big and smart birds. My favorites. I do have a stuffed crow myself. Of the Finnish variety of grey and black coloration, not the more common or the European coloration of black. Yeah, and we have a maniac pretending to be a Grim Reaper. Go and sit in the fucking fire, you maniac idiot. Or maniac, however you wanna call it. And it's dark. And it's one of these fuckers. I should have done a big heavy swing to its back of the head so it would have been stunned, and then I would have just torn it apart. Light. Shiny. I am quite certain that there was something unpleasant lurking in here. Yes, there is. Oh, I was a bit wrong. It wasn't that skull tentacle or gribbly face thingy which was the unpleasant surprise. It was a blue-eyed werewolf thingy lurking behind a window. But lucky for me, it has difficulties coming through the door, which makes slaughtering it so much easier. And I have no intention of being sports-like with this game. It's already, well, the basic levels can be tough if you just run around crazily screaming, hoping that you can just smack everything dead with one hit from your mighty fallow spear, or whatever trick you have in your pants, and all that kind of thiggery. But generally you can say that you can get quite much. Yeah, that's actually a real nice setting work. Oh yeah, oh, trying to use the old door frame window. There, they are too big and broad to get through the door frame. So, but I am not, so I'm gonna just use it to get them close and then charge up a big, heavy, huge swing and chop them apart with quite regular swipes. It's cowardly method of killing them. It's pitiful method of killing them, but it works. It's safe. It gets results, and that's the method you should get in this game. If you are ballsy enough, you might try to do gutsier maneuvers, more aggressive attack moving, more aggressive more moves and more aggressive tactics and fancier maneuverings and all those. But I prefer to do the not brave but just as functional method. Fighting against werewolf in some sort of church with armed with torch and axe. Yes, this is gothic horror, and there's all kinds of creepy statuary and refuse in this place. Yep. The basic religious tenets of Yharnam are a bit, you can say, shit. And there it comes. Now it's sucking out my brain out with that bloody wibbly tentacle thingy, and it ate 2 pieces of insight. And it's gonna do the fucking same move again. Oh, it doesn't kill me. I would have thought that it would just gribbly grubbly. You fat son of a bitch. Yeah, when you get stunned, you will get caught. It's that smart, that AI. It knows how you're gonna play. I will say it knows the optimum move to do in that case, and it will do it. And it's of course, well, it sucked out quite much insight, but it's not luckily so too difficult thing to get back if you actually, in a sense, have acute need for it. Those, well, I haven't shown them, but the Humerian, however you wanna pronounce it, hard to say, labyrinths are really easy way to get insight. But oh yeah. One more of that wibbly wobbly eat my brains thingery. Damn. But that's quite wasn't completely unexpected that you make a lure and then you make an ambush. It works in real life, and it's also quite nasty move also to throw against the player. But you wouldn't expect anything else from. You don't expect particularly fair play from Hidetaka Miyazaki or those who work for him. I would assume everything but fair play from them. And for some reason I was doing a huge lunging attack and that guy was just able to do a little bit of a grab and just overtake the momentum. Weirdness of video gaming. Well, blindfold cap, madman's knowledge, lots of it. Yeah, just as a recompensation for all the loss of your insights, which you probably have lost a shitload to those gribbly grubbly alien ugly fuckers. And I'm carrying torch just because, well, and there it is, it's still there on the other side, just laughing at me. Which is actually tentacle face or something like that. I don't wanna get myself horrifyingly coughing because of me making stupid noises. Damn it, it's somewhere is the way to open that door. Where is it? Where is it? Not in this corridor. Let's just check the upwards. The other side corridor first before. Yeah, not on this direction, nothing on. And of course, turning off your lamp or torch doesn't work so well against the enemies. They have good dark sight, but you don't. And well, yeah, that's also a way to tell the player that the odds are really rigged against you. The game is not so friendly towards you. This path. There you are. Oh, you had a buddy. Well, your buddy couldn't save you from this wrath of man with a choppy axe. Go and stay in a grave. That was also a bit of an ambush, but now I have more ways to progress further. What's that guy? Petrified dude who has a weird gesture. That's actually a bit of a handy thing, but or say not so handy thing. It's a quite gruesome detail, which will later become bit, not in a basic gameplay become useful, but in the progressing of in the getting some of the best equipment and stuff bonuses of the game, that gesture is useful. But now I have the ways to open this door. Orphanage key. Why would this be called orphanage? It's in this kind of era and medium, it's something being an orphanage. It's universally and undeniably a very bad thing for whatever orphan. The orphans are abused sexually and every other way abused, and then they are tormented, and they are forced to be thieves, just so they don't starve to death. And when they get caught by the violently racist and bigoted police, they get tortured and mutilated. So yeah, nothing good happens. But time to go elsewhere again. Well, the lady which already killed me is now in a bad shape. I'll have a chat with her.
God, I'm nauseous. Have you felt this? It's progressing. I can see things. I knew it. I'm different. I'm no beast. Oh, God, it feels awful. But proves that I'm chosen. Don't you see how they writhe inside my head? It's rather rapturous.
He's not looking too good, but then again, neither does the hunter.
God, I'm nauseous. It's progressed. I knew it. It's.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna chopped her head off, and that was very crude abortion. And I got the fetus. Yeah, it's as gross as you might think. Now within the Yharnam chapel of getting the new lamp flyer, but that is a very familiar looking place, which is the lamp of Hypogean jail. I don't know how to pronounce the word. Well, the place where the nameless man called Jack the Ripper, whose actual identity is quite much secret or unknown, was thrown, but no, the kidnappers don't appear to be anywhere, and there's a desiccated husk of a man wearing some sort of crown in his metal cage in his head, and that's something which is more fitting to a Saw film, that kind of thing. And as some sort of display of classiness, it's time to oops. Oh shit, being shot with a gun doesn't feel too good. Yeah, even the basic enemies right from the start of the game can be very dangerous once you upstat them to be dangerous, and they can they are put to situation where they can make use of each other's abilities. Oh yeah, these are the respawning type, meaning no need to start fighting against them. For killing them they don't have any blood of their own, but at least killing them does give me this rally chance. So it's not completely pointless. Opening the doors. Here I am, and it's burned out. Familiar place. Yahagul. Or Hypogean jail. Oh, and some dudes really they are quite, and they got a shotgun. Ah, fuck it. Well, I'm not gonna pick fight with that terrible trio again, or at least not in the accordance of this video, mostly because they were really fucking annoying. What the? That's some sort of coffin cramped full of. Is it? I don't know. Were they people or something? Coffin crammed way too full, and all the stuff in it has started to walk around on its own. Most likely, more than a little bit of tough thing to try to fight. But Hypogean jail is just as horrifyingly unpleasant shape as it was. Hello. But now there's a little bit of trickery you can do. You can ride the elevator right up to the beginning of Yahagul Unseen Village. Yeah, you got banned by old double shotgun. Well, you're dead, man, now, because I chopped you off with a sword. But despite all the finesse of the sword, it is a real weapon, you know. There's still, it doesn't feel to be a, in a sense, good weapon against all these horrifying beasts and maniacs and gribbly tentacle thingies with several arms and body legs dangling about. Yeah, style and class is good thing to have, but if that's all you have against things is breathing fire from their nostrils and frozen nitrogen from their mouths, it's quite yeah, things like that. Oh, I don't even know what the hell that is. It moves like a werewolf, but it certainly doesn't look like one. It looks more rotten and messy than it should. Yeah, but it caught it. Just a bloodstone chunk. Well, I still wouldn't say just. It's a very handy item to have, but it was a bit of a letdown. Good thing I remember that thing behaves like a werewolf. But stepping into the fountain, what there is. I wonder, was this what I thought, which means a teleportation thingy, or just a way to somewhere else. Well, there's at least this one new werewolf thing. Damn, it's got a man's foot as a tail. What kind of sick mind just decided that that should be a good design for a monster. It doesn't matter it was it might be some sort of undead monstrosity. It's still bloody unpleasant looking. Just plainly unsettling of some disgusting thing carrying piece of leg, wearing piece of leg like it were some sort of funny tail. Well, hell, Playboy bunnies wear tails, and their tails are short and poofy ones, like rabbits have. But well, those ones were just weaving. And those copy monsters, well, they have lots of ways to hit you with, but generally they don't seem too unpleasant. What are those darts I'm managing to avoid? No idea. And what was here? More of the same. This is Hypogean Jail in the other side. This was a place where I couldn't earlier go, but now I could. And here were the giant pig monsters. Stabs seem to be very efficient against that, which in a sense is not surprising, knowing that the stabbing attacks are very powerful. They are very lethal. That if you want to kill somebody, you stab them. That's the basic principle of getting humans killed. You stab them. Period. But going up and possibly heading somewhere else. Well, there ain't many places, but still. Now, finally arriving to the getting up here to the orphanage and the choir. It still is a bit strange that you'd assume that, of course, that the religion in this kind of game story narrative sense, it would be very horrifyingly corrupt and abusive way to get power, and it's a boss against something called celestial emissary, and there's lots of these brain disease mushroom midget thingies, but they by themselves are quite harmless. Yeah, looks like I even found the right one. It's that one which doesn't want to be around here. Oh, there you are. Oh, but something's... yes, it exploded into a bigger one. But it still appears quite... But this one does not appear to have any kind of gribbly space monster from the beyond the realm of imagination that you might even be able to believe. This appears much more like some sort of gigantic, horrifying experiment of all kinds of gribbliness gone either horrifyingly wrong or being very, very well. But whatever its purpose is, I intend to hack it apart. It's much more scarier looking than it was. Prey slaughtered, and for that I didn't even need to consider summoning aid. And of course light the lamp, because bosses leave it. But now, breakable wall leading to some kind of upper levels of the cathedral. So, a cathedral is a place of worship. So what kind of god is that which is if there's something like a divine being in the cathedral, it either is because the divine being itself has wanted it to be built on its honor, when it probably would want to be quite visible, meaning high places on all that. But this feels a bit different. It's like the church would be very corrupt, and the god which is worshipped in here by the healing church is more or less that this is less of a church and more of a prison to a god or creature being worshipped as god. Well, there are some gribblies. Chance to summon some aid. And let's get the Bolt Hunter's Mark ready just in case. Altar of Despair. Yes, there's despair and there's a ray of light coming towards it, but nothing hostile yet. But apparently I have found the god worshipped, or a god worshipped by Healing Church. A gigantic squibbly mess, and that looks some sort of remnants of Rome. The Vacuum Spider. So am I some sort of monster myself for hunting all these creatures down? But I intend to leave that thing in peace, and it's time to actually end this episode right here. For the Great Ones, despite being that is very horrifyingly ugly thing, don't appear actively hostile. Except of course the amygdala, which has tried to kill me a lot. But see you next time. See ya.